translating expressions and sentences. So this time we will focus on translating phrases and sentences into mathematical symbols. And napaka-importante ng gamit ng mga symbols natin into mathematics. This is essential in stating complex thoughts and ideas with simplicity. Because in this way, some of the mathematical problems are easily analyzed and solved. So this makes translation to mathematical symbols and notations ay masasabi ko na talagang required skill in order for us to understand and in studying mathematics. So, in translating phrases and sentences to mathematical symbols, meron tayong given steps na i-follow. Meron tatlo lang naman yung i-follow natin na steps. So, first step is to identify the variable and constant. No? Mas madaling mag-translate kung alam mong i-identify ano ba ang constant at saka variable. Okay? So, variable, ito lang naman yung mga unknown numbers natin na indicated sa mga phrases or sentences natin. And when we say constant, ito yung mga numbers na given doon sa ating sentences. So, after you identify the variables and constant, proceed tayo sa step 2. So, after that, let's determine the connectors. Ano ba yung connectors natin? Ano ba yung mga basic operations natin sa mathematics, di ba? So, connectors or operations, the same lang yon. So, when we say connectors, ito yung, ano ba yung ginamit doon sa sentence? Is it addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? So, yun yung mga connectors na dapat alam natin i-determine kung ano yung ginamit doon. And lastly, after mong mag-identify ng variable or constant and then determine the connectors, last step would be to perform the translation of the phrase or sentence into symbols, okay? So, para maging successful tayo later on sa pag-translate, we must be familiar doon sa mga keywords bago tayo mag-proceed sa translation. Meron tayong mga keywords na dapat uh, memorize siguro or maging familiarize tayo para alam natin kung ano bang connector or ano bang operation yung ginamit doon sa sentence na yon. So, uh, bago pala tayo pumunta doon sa mga, bago ko ipakita yung mga keywords na yon, um, mag-assign lang tayo, no? Kasi to write a mathematical expressions and sentences, let's assign a variable na magre-represent nung unknown number natin. And commonly representation nung unknown number na yan ay letter X. However, pwede naman tayong gumamit ng ibang mga letters or characters. Pero, pagdating kasi sa math, mas nasanay tayong gumamit ng letter X para i-represent yung unknown number na yon. Okay? So, para uniform tayo, X na lang ang gagamitin natin lagi. Okay? So, let's start with, okay, keywords from addition. Kapag addition ang ating connector. So, we have here, okay, mga keywords na makikita mo kapag addition yung connector. Okay, meron tayong plus, more than, the sum of, the total of, increased by, or added to. Okay? And, eto, meron akong dinagdag dito na mga keywords kasi dito tayo nagkakalituhan minsan. Okay? Tandaan lang lagi, eto lang naman, kapag more lang kasi ang given na keyword, meaning to say, ikakopy mo lang yung sentence na yun as it is, kung ano yung arrangement niya. So, that is 4 plus x. But, take note, pag ang ginamit na keyword ay more than, added to, or greater than, or, basta itong tatlong to, more than, added to, greater than, okay, pansinin nyo, mas nauna si 4 doon sa una, 'di ba? Pag more ang ginamit. Pero kapag itong tatlong to ang ginamit natin, mauuna po yung ating variable x than yung ating given na constant number. Okay? So, yun yung dito tayo nagkakalituhan minsan. But if ang given naman ay x more than 5, okay? Or x added to, or let's say a number more than 5, okay? A number more than 5 or a number added to 5 and a number greater than 5, iba naman yung case natin dito, okay? Kapag syempre, pag uh, uh, a number more than 5, mauuna naman dito si 5. 5 plus x, 5 plus uh, 5 plus x, 5 plus x. So, yun yung pinagkaiba nito. 5 more than x, pag more than, mas mauuna yung nandito sa na huling binanggit. Okay? Pero ibang case, pag nauna naman yung x, still mauna pa rin yung 5 kasi gumamit siya ng more than, added to, tsaka greater than 2. Okay. Dito naman tayo sa connector natin na subtraction. So, ang mga keywords natin dito ay minus, less than, the difference of, less, decreased by, or subtracted from. Okay? So, meron din ulit tayong case dito sa subtraction gaya ng addition. So, same with addition, pag less lang po yung nakalagay na keyword, as it is nakokopyahin mo yung sentence na yung pagkaka-arrange nung binanggit mo sa sentence, 4 minus x. Pero kapag ang ginamit ay less than or subtracted from, unahin po ulit natin yung ating variable kasi siya yung pangalawang, siya yung huling nabanggit. Okay, variable x minus 4, x minus 4. Pero ibang case ulit, kapag let's say nauna naman yung x na binanggit, x less than 4. So, meaning to say, unahin natin yung huling binanggit, 4 less x. And same with subtracted from, x subtracted from 4, mauna yung nahuling binanggit. So, 4 less x. Yan. And then, another operation or connector naman natin ay sa multiplication. So, ang ating mga keywords dito ay times, the product of, twice or double or multiplied by, at saka of. Okay. Dito sa multiplication, uh, almost itong tatlo or lahat sila actually. Instead kasi let's say ito sa times or sige sa times tayo. Pare-pareho kasi sila ng case. Let's say 5 times a number. Okay, paano natin isusulat yan? Ang pangit namang tignan kapag isusulat natin yan na 5 times a number. Diba? Redundant mong makikita yung ating variable na x. Although, ganito yung ating symbol for multiplication, pero hindi natin siya isusulat as ganito. Bagkus, isusulat lang natin siya as 5x, meaning to say 5 times a number or 5 times x. Okay? Variable natin yung ating x. So, pare-pareho sila ng case dito sa the product or twice or multiplied by at saka of. Okay, kung hindi kayo familiar sa pagsagamit ng of, example natin dito is that, let's say, 1/2 of a number. Okay. So, gumamit tayo ng word na or keyword na of. Okay? So, pag nakita nyo ang of na keyword, that is multiplication. Yung connector na ginamit dyan ay multiplication. Therefore, pag translate natin yan into mathematical sentence, it would be 1/2 times a number. 1/2 times a number. Okay? And then sa division naman, ang ating keywords naman dito ay the quotient divided by at saka the ratio of. So, it could be, sa division part, it could be, but usually, ginagamit lang naman natin is that, let's say, the quotient of, no? Or 20 divided by a number. So, sulat mo lang siya 20 divided by a number. Or, pwede mo siyang sulat na 20 divided by number. Pero mas magandang gamitin natin yung ratio na isulat instead of, diba, parang pang elementary portion lang yung gumagamit ng symbol na ngayon na ganyan. Okay? And then, we have also here powers. So, may mga powers din tayo. Ito yung mga exponent na nakikita, okay? So, square, kapag sinabing square, that is 2. Yung kanyang power ay yung ating variable ay raised to 2 squared. Pero kapag cube, that is 3. 3 yung kanyang exponent. Okay, meron din tayong equals as connectors. So, ay mga keywords natin ay equals, is the same as, yields, amounts to. So, ito yung mga keywords natin na dapat nating kabisado or familiar para alam natin kung paano mag-translate or para makapag-translate tayo ng maayos sa ating mga sentences into mathematical sentence or mag-translate ng phrases or sentences into mathematical symbols, I should say. So, sa pag-translate ng problems, yung mga words na sum, total, difference, product, and also quotient, nag-i-imply ng at least 2 parts. Kapag meron silang 2 parts, use parenthesis, gagamit tayo ng parenthesis when a sum or difference is multiplied. Okay? So, meron din tayong mga common issues in converting English phrases and sentences into mathematical expressions and sentences. Okay? So, ano ba yung mga issues na yon? Meron tayong mga issues like, una, using the wrong keyword for the problem. O, kung hindi mo kabisado yung mga nabanggit natin na mga keywords na para sa addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and so on, talagang magkakaroon ka ng mali yung pag-translate mo. Kung hindi mo alam yung keyword na ano bang gamit ng keyword na ginamit doon. Let's say 1/2 of 20. O, 'di ba? Kung hindi mo alam na yung of na keyword doon ay multiplication, anong isulat mo diyan? Kung hindi ako aware, no, isulat ko siya as 20 divided by 1/2. So, dyan pa lang, nagkakaroon na tayo ng issue dyan. Wherein, in fact, ang gamit ng keyword na of ay multiplication. Therefore, isusulat natin siya as 1/2 times 20. Or pwede mo rin naman siyang isulat as 20 divided by 2. Kasi sinimplify mo na nag-times mo na yung ating numerator sa 20. Okay? And then, as another issue is that incorrect word order with subtraction. Paano naman tong incorrect word order na ito? So, let's say 5 less than 2 times a number. So, kapag sinunod mo as is yung ating, di ba, awag dito sa subtraction, so, gaya ng sinabi ko dito, gumamit siya ng less than. Okay, sabi ko unahin yung pangalawang binanggit, right? So, balikan natin dito. Kung ako yung sasagot dito at hindi ako aware doon, isusulat ko to as 5 less than 2 times a number. But this is not the correct process or process of translating this example, no? Sabi ko nga, unahin, pag less than, unahin yung huling binanggit, 'di ba? So the correct process would be 2x minus 5. Okay? Third issue, not validating by translating from symbols back to words. Okay? So, incorrect process naman nito, example niya is twice the sum of 3 and a number. So, if wala akong alam sa mga hindi ko kabisado mag-translate, sulat ko siya as twice the sum, kasi twice 2x, twice the sum of 3 and a number. Okay? But this is not the correct process. So, meaning to say, twice the sum, meaning to say, magmumut twice, di ba? Ano ba yung keyword natin dito? Twice. Saan ba makikita yung twice? That is, nasa multiplication. So, therefore, gagamitin natin dyan ay multiplication. So, that would be, gagamit tayo ng parenthesis to indicate na imumultiply natin yung 2. So, twice the sum, sabi niya, the sum of 3 and a number. The sum of 3 and a number. Okay? Twice the sum of 3 and a number. So, this is the correct process. Okay, another issue is by using of punctuation. So, ano ba yung ginamit na punctuation dito? Gumamit siya ng comma. Okay, so, 3 times a number plus 4. Okay, so, pag sinunod natin as it is yung sentence, 3 times a number, sorry, 3 times a number plus 4. Pero, hindi mo napansin yung punctuation na ginamit doon na comma. Okay? So, therefore, that is not the correct process. Kapag isusulat natin yan at napansin mo yung punctuation doon, that the correct process will be 3x, 3 times a number, comma, plus 4. Okay? And last na issue naman natin is yung redundancy. Ano bang redundancy? Yung nauulit-ulit, ibig sabihin ng redundancy. So, dito nakalagay, twice the product of 2 and x is 12. Okay? Ano yung redundant dito? O, pag redundant yung keyword, okay? Naging ano yung redundant na keyword natin dito is yung paggamit niya ng twice and yung product. Redundant na yan no? Twice na nga, may product pa. Ang indication ng twice ay multiplication and ang product ay multiplication. So, that is redundant. Okay, so, kailangan natin yang i-rephrase na it should be twice a number is 12. So, that is the correct sentence. So, kapag translate na natin yan, ang magiging kalalabasan is twice a number is. Ano yung ginamit pa na keyword is, di ba? Saan makikita ang word na is? Is doon sa equal sign. Therefore, twice a number is 12. Okay? So, yan yung mga keywords and issues na common issues na sa pag-convert ng English phrases and sentences into mathematical expressions. So, now it's time for you to do your part. So, do the learning activity 10 of module 2, page 22. So, ito yung gagawin nyo doon. Okay? So, i-collect lang dahil meron pa kayong mga ibang activity na gagawin. Minsan na iisang papel nyo lang isulat yung mga activities ninyo. Okay?